the gazettes were told Samson had to come here. They surrounded the place and lay in wait for him all night at the gate of the city. They were quiet all night, saying, "In the morning, when it is daylight, we will kill him." And Samson lay low to midnight. Then he arose at midnight, took hold of his doors of the gate of the city and the two gate posts, pulled them up, bar and all, put them on his shoulders, and carried them to the top of the hill that faces Hermon. Afterwards, it happened that he loved a woman in the valley of Soak, whose name was Delilah. And the lords of the Philistines came up to her and said to her, "Entice him and find out where his great strength lies, by what means we may overpower him, that we may bind him to afflict him, and every one of us will give you 1,100 pieces of silver." 1,100 pieces of silver, y'all. I ain't have a chance to Google what 1,100 pieces of silver is, but I'm just gonna imagine in my head. What if it's $1,100, y'all? We gonna sell a man out for $1,100. What the world we gonna do with $1,100? $1,100 can do one thing. That's just gonna pay one of my bills, y'all. One bill. I'ma sell out the man of God for $1,100. Make it make sense, y'all. So Samson goes in. And he mess around with this harlot. So what we look at, we look at the harlot, we realize a harlot is a prostitute, child. So while he up here checking the harlot out, he's checking the prostitute out. So as we go on, it says that Delilah said to Samson, "Please tell me where your great strength lies and what you may be bound to afflict you." And Samson said to her, "If they bind me with 7 fresh bowstrings, not yet dried, then I shall become weak and be like any other man." So the lords of the Philistines brought up to her 7 fresh bowstrings, not yet dried, and she bound him with them. Now men were lying in wait, y'all, staying in her room. And she said to him, "The Philistines are upon you." The Philistines are upon you, Samson. But he broke the bowstrings, y'all, as a strand of yarn breaks when he touches the fire. So the secret of his strength was not known. He gonna sit up here and tell her that, because right now, y'all, he toying with her. He playing with her. Now he know he ain't got no business messing with this prostitute because he a man of God. So why on earth is this man of God messing with the prostitute? Toying with the enemy, y'all. He playing with her. And so as we see, all Samson wanted to do was to sit up there and be with a woman that he had no business being with. And so, like I told y'all, a harlot is another word for a prostitute. Samson loves women, y'all. He loves women. He always get in trouble because he loves the foreign women that he know he don't supposed to be with. He ain't got no business messing with these women, but he love them. That's his downfall. So Samson went for her. He did not seek God's advice. He knew that if he would have went to God, "Lord, can I sleep with this prostitute? Can I fall in love with her?" Y'all know God would go tell him, "Samson, get out my face and go about your business. You ain't got no business." He ain't see God's face, y'all. He continued to sit up here and lay up with this prostitute and fall in love with her. So Samson always found himself falling in love with somebody he ain't have no business falling in love with. It was either people that he loved and loved him back, or either the people that he was in love with were friends with his enemies, and all they wanted to do was come to destroy him, y'all. So the first attempt to get his secret should have been a sign, y'all. When she came to him, "Now I'm in love with you. You supposed to be in love with me. We all booed up and stuff, and you got a nerve to ask me what my secret is to my strength." That's a red flag right there. Why you worried about my strength? You need to be talking about, "Can you give me a back massage or rub me down or something?" You got that much strength, we might fall asleep with a good back massage. But now you up to something. You want to know what my strength is. You ain't got no business even worried about that, girl. And so instead of him sitting up there saying red flag, he all in love, y'all. Sleeping with the enemy. All in love. So then Delilah said to Samson, "Look, you have mocked me and told me lies. Now please tell me what you may be bound with." So he said to her, "If they bind me securely with new ropes that have never been used, then I shall become weak and be like any other man." Therefore Delilah took her ropes and bound him with them and said to him, "The Philistines are upon you, Samson." And when the men were lying in wait, staying in the room, he broke her loose again, y'all. Broke her loose again. broke or loose again. So now she's sitting up here. She knew that, he was strong enough. She knew, okay, he already did this before, but let me try it again. Because maybe since it was already used cards, I'm going to try some new cards. So maybe let's try this and see what it does. So he lied his strength. So he lied about his strength again. She knew it was strong and didn't know where the strength came from. He didn't tell her the truth. He knew that it had to been a dangerous intentions. He knew her intentions had to been dangerous. But instead of him sitting up here saying, look, this girl done tried for the second time. And the setup here told me these people out to get me for the second time. But yet, I'm still gonna stay booed up with my boo. I'm still gonna be all up in here lovey-dovey with, wanna be up here cutty butters or whatever you wanna call them. Not thinking, dang, this girl just got me set up. And then on top of that, these jokers hiding in a closet or wherever they hide, that under the bed, wherever, waiting on them. So it's amazing that you sit up here and say, what is your strength? I tell you, tie me up, and all of a sudden, oh, here they come. They after you. Where they come from? How they get in your house? Red flag. Now he want to sit up here and be sleeping with the enemy. Y'all gonna have to stop playing with the devil. Stop playing with the enemy. And so he's sitting up here. He had no idea. He had no reason to continue the relationship with Delia, y'all. He had absolutely no reason to. But instead, he just kept on sleeping with her, kept on being infatuated with her, kept on loving on her, not knowing that she was praying on his downfall, y'all. Not praying on his downfall. And it came to pass when she pestered him daily, and his words impressed him. So his soul was vexed to death that he told her all his heart, y'all. He said to her, no razor has ever come upon my head. I have been a Nazarite to God from my mother's womb. If I am shaven, then my strength will leave me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man. When Delia saw that, he told her all his heart. She sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up once more, for he has told me all his heart. So the lords of the Philistines came up to her and brought her the money in her hand once again. Then she lowered him into a sleep on her knees, y'all, and called for the men to come shave his head. And they began to torment him, and then his strength left. So I'm sitting up here laid up with you. I done got you all, probably gave you some milk, I'm going to say milk. Like the boy gave a man some milk. Got some milk. And then I put you to sleep and you laying on my leg and I'm rubbing your hair and just wooing you. And then I'm saying, come on, Say. Come do what you want to do. I got him. Come on. So I done knocked you out that good that you don't even know somebody's shaving your head. Come on now, the enemy is cunning, y'all. The enemy is so cunning and lurking. The enemy came in like a thief in the night, y'all. He stole this man's hair without him even knowing. How can you lay on somebody's lap and not know that your head getting cut with a razor? How could you not know? Somebody is shaving your head. That milk must have been good, y'all. Must have been good. She put him to sleep. That's a shame. So we can tell about this, y'all. This is a good example how we get in love with people and we do the unthinkable when we're in love. We sit up here and we find somebody who we know God ain't sent to us, or even if we don't know if God sent them to us or not, we all know how to say, Lord, is this the man you sent for me? Lord, is this supposed to be my husband? Because we ain't going to say my boo thing because we know God didn't want us laying up with no boo thing. So we sit up here saying, Lord, is this supposed to be my husband? Send me a sign, Lord. Let me know, Lord, so then God send you a sign, because now y'all up here. I'll just say y'all went out on a date and you bent over to tie your shoe and some dude looked at your butt, but you ain't had no control over him looking at your butt. But now your boyfriend up here going off on you because he looked at your butt. All that confusion. Come on now. Red flag, because guess what? You said, God, send me a sign, let me know this ain't my boo thing. God said, I sent you a sign, because now y'all up there arguing with each other and all that confusion. I step away when it comes time for confusion. I ain't got time for confusion. So God is not in the midst of confusion. So that's our sign right there. What we call it? Red flag. And so then we sitting up here, just say give or take. We say, oh, Lord, I want to be with him. I want to be with her. And she did this, and that. Next thing we know, we go somewhere and here she go waving at her ex-boyfriend. And, And then now we gotta go hug him, and then get what? When we hug him, he smell like perfume. Ooh, girl, you smell so good. And then he's like, I ain't heard from you in a while. Let's keep in touch. What's your Facebook? What's your TikTok? Here we go giving. Why are we giving the enemy our Facebook and TikTok when we know we're in a relationship? Same thing with a man. Same thing with a man. He walking up there and he's telling, girl, I ain't seen you so long. What's your number? I can't give you my number, but you can find me on Facebook. Red flag. Red flag. Stop messing with the enemy, y'all. Stop messing with the enemy. So, y'all, we sitting up here. Samson had all these red flags. She didn't tempt him once, twice, but 3 times, y'all. 3 times. What they tell y'all, and then say something like, shame on you once, shame on me 3 times, I'm just a fool, or however that saying go. Samson was so in love, y'all, he didn't even realize what she was doing because he took his eyes up off of God. And so when he took his eyes up off of God, he allowed the enemy to come on in. And so she wasn't none but the trick of the enemy. She was a harlot, child. What prostitute you know that's going to fall in love with you and then sit up here keep on asking you something? She asking you for a reason. And so she's trying to get something out of you. And so she's trying to get him up out of him instead of Samson thinking about it. Thank you. Instead of Samson thinking about it, he just sitting up here telling, yeah, this is my girl. Yeah, I'm going to lay over with her. She in love with me now, baby. She just wants your strength so them Philistines will come and attack you. So while she's sitting up here telling us, yeah, he all strong and stuff, but I'm going to get him because I need that 1100. I need it. So she needed that silver. That's that bad that she betrayed him. So y'all, you can tell that she didn't she didn't care absolutely nothing about Samson. She stayed with him because she was just, he stayed with her because he was blinded by love. She stayed with him because she wanted that silver. So then he had the nerve to ask him, let me tell you what she did to him. If you love me, you'll tell me where your strength lies. If you love me. Come on now. How many times we done heard that, y'all? If you love me, you'll do this. If you love me. One time somebody told me, if you love me, you'll do this. I said, I ain't doing nothing. That's the thing I know we was fighting. I ain't doing it. Evidently, I don't love you. So we was in the midst of fight. I don't love you that much. No, sir, I don't. I love me, so we might as well throw dukes and have it out. So yeah, he found out real quick I ain't love him that much, y'all. We sit up here, if you love me, Samson talking about, if I love you, wait, hold on. I love you, girl. You know I love you, not even much thinking. Manipulation. She was using manipulation on him. And so he allowed her to manipulate him and tell his strength what God told him not to do. So he had to choose between the enemy and between Satan. He chose the enemy. Love ain't gonna tell you if you love me, you will do this. If you love me, you'll do that. That ain't no love, y'all. When somebody say, if you love me, you will do it. Jeffro, you got the wrong one. Keep it moving. Susie, you got the wrong one. Kick rocks. If you want to ask me if I love you, you ain't gonna manipulate me. I'm gonna show you I love you by my actions and my words and what I do. If they ain't good enough with you, deuces. See ya. So, y'all, after then, after the third time, he didn't even much realize that the lady was continuing on, y'all. Third time, nag, 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 nag. He gave in, y'all. He gave in to her nagging him, just nagging him. So she sinned against him through manipulation, and then he sinned against God by yielding to the manipulation, y'all. She expected Samson to give himself over to the service of God. So let me take you away from the service of the Lord and bring you on into the hands of the enemy. And instead of Samson recognizing that, y'all, he fell to the trap. When he told her all his heart, he faced every single thing, all kind of choices made. He faced all kind of challenges. His faithfulness just went. He didn't continue in a relationship with God because he told his strength, y'all. He told what God told him not to do. Now, he told him that the strength lied within the hair, but y'all know the strength lied within the relationship he had with God. He just said the hair because, God used it as a tool, but it came from God. So we know his strength wasn't really within his hair, but he just said it. So Delilah failed to attempt. She poured into him what he couldn't help. She trapped him. Just sat up here and trapped him for some money, y'all. How many times Oh, forgive. I'm guilty. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me, y'all. I already done confessed and repented this, y'all. I have. No story. No story. How many of us use money as a tool of manipulation? How many? I used to do it all the time. God just got me. That's what I get. That's what I get. But we sit up there and we use money as a tool of manipulation, y'all. And I used to do it. If you love me, you'll give me some money. If you love me, this, and that. If you want me to come see you, you got to pay me to come see. I thought you said you loved me. Yeah, that wasn't nothing but the trick of the enemy. Because guess what? All I wanted was some money. That's all I wanted. I was money hungry. I had a shopping habit. I was money hungry. So it was just funny to me because while I was talking, God said, you're talking about yourself. So that was funny to me because, we sit up here and we holler about some money, 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 money. We use people for money, we do. So past tense, y'all, I did use people for money. I did. I used one person for money. I ain't going to say people. I did use one person for money. But he supposed to have been my boyfriend, y'all. So I ain't think nothing was wrong with it. But then I thought he had a lot of money. And so therefore, I was a little spoiled. And when he didn't give me what I wanted, I thought you loved me. Well, if you love me, you would give me this. Oh, you want me to drive way down there? Money, money, money. Money ain't everything, y'all. And guess what? All that money he would give me, y'all, I ain't got nothing to show for it. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no car. I ain't have no house. I ain't have nothing. He give me money, 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 money. I ain't got nothing to show for. Money ain't everything, y'all. She sold him out for some silver. I don't know what she was gonna do with that silver, but what happened when that silver be gone? It's around. So I'd rather be sold out for God than be sold out for money. Cause like I told y'all, by me sitting up there, I was sold out for money. I ain't have nothing. Now that I'm sold out for God, y'all, I'm walking around here with blood cancer that they say that I'm not gonna be able to come back from. I think I found out I had cancer 2020. And so the doctor said that, I will be stuck with it for the rest of my life. I'm not saying I'll be stuck with it. But by the grace of God, I'm sold out to God now, so by his stripes I am healed. So I have potassium deficiency, y'all. My body won't retain potassium no matter. I can eat bananas, I can eat spinach, whatever I want to eat. My body will not retain it. So therefore I have to take potassium pills, and then I take Amloride because when I urinate, the potassium goes away. But then when I take the Amloride, some kind of way it comes back in. So I've been stuck with that since 2019. But had I been chasing money and being a Delilah, y'all, I'd probably be somewhere laid out, looking like I'm about 80 years old, not knowing what to do, and probably have that bag and all that stuff like that. But by the grace of God, since I'm sold out to him, by his stripes, I went from taking 6 pills a day to probably, I hope my doctor's not even looking, but probably 3 pills a month. But and so then, y'all, I have neuropathy. And so by the grace of God, I used to complain about my legs all the time, all the time. I'm talking about y'all, when my husband get in bed, he couldn't even sit in the bed, I can feel the pain. But had I been sold out to that money, y'all, I'd still be feeling that pain. But now that I'm sold out to God, I ain't complained about these legs in so long. Thank you, Lord. And so then, y'all, I have stage 4 kidney disease. And so, past tense, my kidneys were operating at 15%. So they take me to the clinic and show me all this stuff about how to do dialysis and all this stuff like this. So I'm sort of telling them, that ain't going to be me. I ain't going to be doing that mess. But I went there and did a little class and all that stuff like that. I had my little transplant, y'all. They say, oh, your kidney's going to completely fail and you're going to be on dialysis. And I serve a God that says different. But when I was serving that money, y'all, I had so many problems. Oh my Lord, I had so many problems when I was serving that money. When I was out there being a little Delilah, oh Lord, I was a Delilah. Yes, I was. I was a harlot, y'all. Ain't that something? It's funny how God revealed that to you. My daughter told me. She told me that. She did. But now that I serve God, John, my kidneys are operating at 30%. Still stage 4, but I ain't on no type of nothing other than potassium pills. But I'm serving the Lord that says different. So had I gave in, because later on, y'all, when Delilah came back into my life, Delilah had a lot of money. 3 paychecks a month. 3. 3 paychecks that was given to them, and then 1 that they worked for, 4 paychecks. So had I been a Delilah, y'all, I'd have been like, whew. Yeah, let me go over here to this money. But I said, which one? Money or you want God? Money you want? I'll take God for 800. So I had to take God, y'all. Whatever we got going on, we can't play with Satan. Satan is very cunning because Satan came back and Satan said, oh, you think that little money was something. What about this money now? And I'm saying, ching, ching, ching. You know how people go to the casino, y'all hear that slot? That's what them slot machines was doing. But then I said, then God said, oh, you want to go play with the slot machine or you want to stay in my vein? Lord, I'm going to stay with you. And I said all that to say this, no matter how much money it is in the world, nothing can compare to the relationship that I have with the Lord. Falling in love with Jesus was the best thing I could have ever done in my life. I have peace, I have strength, I have joy. You know, even when I feel down and I'm burning or whatever, God is able to lift me up like nobody can. You know, man and woman to say what they can do, but can't nobody do what God gonna do. Nobody. You know, man and woman, they'll leave you in a heartbeat. You can be down and just say give or take. Just say if you're real sick and some your husband or your wife get tired, be like, look, I can't take care of you no more. I'm going about my business. And then now who we gonna turn to? We gotta turn to God. So why would I be with somebody who gonna leave me when I get down and out instead of staying with somebody who gonna say I never leave you or forsake you? I must stay in the vein with my Lord, y'all. And so Samson had a weakness, y'all. He rather live with somebody who was gonna leave him and who was gonna forsake him. He wanted to be in love, infatuated with a woman, with a woman. So you gonna just sit up there and deny what God tell you to do and do what a woman tell y'all to do. We can't be sitting up here being blinded by the enemy, y'all, because the enemy knew Samson's strength. He knew what it was, and he knew how to entice him. And he knew how to pull it away from him. Just the same way with us. He know how to get us, y'all. He know what to do to even get our eye gate, like, you know, so he know what to get up and turn our minds and how to wander and go through there and do whatever he needed to do. So that's why I tell y'all, protect your time and stop playing with the enemy. When I say protect y'all time, I mean, Satan sits around moments, y'all. He sit there and he wait for your spiritual weakness to pop up. He wait for you to have that little vulnerable time of your life, for you to be upset, or he wait for you to be distracted. Because according to the Bible, it says Satan went away for an opportune time. So when he was messing with Jesus and trying to tempt him, he couldn't do what he needed to do. So he went away for an opportune time. And so once he realized, okay, let me go away from each one of y'all for an opportune time. And then when I see that y'all down at y'all lords, I'm going to pop my head back up and I'm going to do whatever I need to do. So Samson lust and his lust and failure guarded him to his heart. His lust and his failure was the guard to his heart. Satan went away and then he came back. Satan went away and then he came back. So he was all lovey-dovey with the liar. So Satan said, let me go away so they can be lovey-dovey, and then I'm going to wait because I'm going to come back at an opportune time. So after all that, he come back and then he asked for the strength again. So he didn't give it to him. He thought, he said, oh, yeah, I got the strength. I'm this, I'm that. And so he said, okay, I got the key, so I'm going to walk away. And so then when he walked away, he came right back because he said, okay, that didn't work, but I was just going for an opportune time. And so when he left, he came on back. And so like I told y'all, the third time he came back, and that's what Satan do with us. He leave us for a little while until he able to come back. So give or take, if we just get in an argument with one of our husband, our boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you know, we up in church, we doing what we supposed to do, or either with our kid, whatever we doing what we supposed to do. But then, you know, something's festering down up in there. And so Satan left, but when he get ready, he's going to come back at an opportune time. And he's going to put stuff on your mind and make you think and all that stuff like that. And so, as I was getting ready to do this lesson last night, I was laying down and I thought about you, Sharonda. Because you said that something happened with you, and as you was driving to work, God placed on your heart something. Because at first you was confused and you was upset about something. And so when God gave it to you, it was a calm and peace about you, and it went out the window. And so you was saying, I know that was God. And so when I was laying there, I said, God, what example can I use? And he gave me you. And he said, let her know. It was me, because at first there was a lot of confusion, and I'm not in the midst of confusion. So when I gave her that peace, and when I gave her what I had, she had peace, and whatever it was went out the window. So you know that was God, and you weren't confused because God said he ain't got no time to be in the midst of no confusion. So it's like, thank you, Lord. Devil trying to mess with my throat up here. He a lie. He is a lie. Okay. And so Samson loved the liar, but without discernment led to distraction, y'all. He ignored the spiritual warnings. The liar pressed him repeatedly until his sin came on down. Samson revealed his heart and his secret. Excuse me, y'all. Revealed in his heart and his secret was surrendered with disobedience. He disobeyed God, so he lost everything. He was out of obedience and it was broken. Samson lost his clarity, he lost his peace, he lost his joy, he lost his testimony. Yeah. What we tolerate today will trap us up tomorrow. Your time dwells in your habit. So while I'm saying protect your time, whatever you have a habit with, that's what you're giving your time to. So you need to figure out what is your habit that you're giving your time to, because you need to reverse that habit and start giving your time to the Lord. So when you have a desire in your life, you're going to have time, which it's going to keep on tempting y'all. It's going to keep on testing your boundaries, y'all. And it's going to give y'all all kind of opportunities. But we need to understand every opportunity is not a good opportunity. And so when I say protect your time, and when I say Satan sit up here watching, he waiting, because he know if he can get up out the book of the Lord, if he can keep us from coming to church and praising him, if he can keep us from doing our homework that we get from church, if he can keep us from praying, from fasting, if he can even keep us from getting up in the morning. The first time we get up in the morning, says, thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning. We get up there and say, who posted on TikTok, Instagram? You know, we run the social media. Instead, we're supposed to be saying, good morning, Lord. Thank you for waking me up, and walk over through your house. And when you're getting dressed for work, you know, you need to be praying and doing whatever. But Satan says, as soon as she get up, I'm going to put some on that social media that's going to pop her eyes, and it's going to go from there. Oh, pop his eyes. It's going to go from there. So, you know, we need to understand, when we mess with our time, we need to get God our time. So instead of us having them shopping habits, we need to have a God habit. Instead of us listening to the peer pressure, we need to listen to the pressure of the Lord. Instead of us having a social media addiction, we need to be having a Bible addiction. There's so many ways. There we go, prayer line. Y'all, we got iPads, we got tablets, we got phones, we got all type of stuff. Everybody got a Bible. I know everybody got a Bible, but if you don't have a Bible, it give us access. Like, there's no reason for us not to much know at least a little bit of the word. Even if we don't know, but in the beginning, God made heaven and earth. No weapon formed against me may prosper. We can get something out of there and just run with it till we learn next. And so sometimes, y'all, we be so distracted by our spouse, our boyfriend, our girlfriend, we won't even get God time. We up here worried about what they out here doing. The guy said, you worried about them, but what about what I'm telling you to do? The answer's in the book. You're trying to figure out what they doing, what they got. Pray about it so I can lead you and show you which way. And then we got the hidden sin, y'all. We got the drugs, we got the alcohol, got the reality shows that people can't miss. Can't miss. The reality shows. People gotta have their reality shows. And then they got a nerve be telling me, and I'm looking like, I don't even know who Becky is. I don't know who Joe is. Why y'all even tell it? I don't watch that. Reality shows. I'm in my word, y'all. I'm looking at a scripture, I'm looking at a sermon, I'm doing something, because I'm trying to keep that God word in my ear gate and not the world word in my ear gate. And so sometimes it's working school, y'all. We so busy with working school that we forget about God. And then sometimes we chasing a dollar, y'all. Let me tell y'all something about a dollar, chasing a dollar. I used to chase a dollar so I can talk. Money, you can get all the money in the world. Money gonna go away. It's gonna go away. But when we sit up here and we focus our time the right way, or we waste our time, when we waste our time, y'all, we wasting our life. We're wasting our life. So I'd rather sit up here and give God time than to waste my time on running behind money, because the money gone away. I chased money for 13 years, y'all. I gave my kids the world for 13 years. And 13 years of me sitting up there working like a dog. I'm going to say something else, working like a dog. God blessed me with some things out of it, but the things that I should have had, I never got to see my kids. I used to have to watch on the camera for them getting on the bus, because I was too busy chasing a dollar that I couldn't put them on the bus. I'm talking about little kids, y'all. I didn't go to field day. I didn't go on field trips. I didn't do nothing because I was chasing a dollar. Now, in the process of me chasing all that money, giving them every single thing that they wanted, I didn't give them the love that they needed. I thought me working and showering them with gifts was the love. So all that time is wasted, child. I can't take it back. So now, ain't no need to make up for it. All I can do is press forward and try to make things better. I'm not one to believe in, if I do this, it's making up for what I did in the past. No, I'm going to tell you I love you. I'm sorry for whatever happened in the past, but I'm not going to dwell in the past and try to make up the past, because now we got the future and the present to come on to. So I'm going to do what I can for you now. So be careful what y'all do with y'all time. Be careful what you do with your time. Be careful how you let the enemy sink in and come and just deter you from God's word. Be careful, be careful, be careful. So it's time to focus on the Lord, y'all. It's time to get y'all life right and in order, because we're getting ready to go into 26, and I pray to God that all of us see 26. I pray to God that the word don't end next week. We don't know if it is or not, but I'm just saying, it's a time to get right with the Lord. Stop playing with the enemy. Stop letting him take your time away from God. Understand that heaven and hell is real. And we have to make a choice on where we going to go. God already made the choice. It's up for us to take it from him and not. If we wanted y'all to the, oh, it's so hot, it's hot, it's hot. Keep on playing. Y'all gonna know how hot it is. Just keep on playing with the enemy. You gonna know. I'm very cold. I like to stay cold. I love it. God made me cold for a reason, y'all, because he knew when I get up there, he got all kind of blankets for me. He do. I'm telling y'all, this girl ain't hot. I ain't hot. So I just want y'all to make it right. I'm getting ready to end this message, and I'm just telling y'all, stop playing with the enemy. If you out here playing with the enemy, it's time to stop. Every day is not promised to us. We don't know if we're going to make it when we leave here. We don't know if we're going to wake up in the morning. We don't know if we're going to drop dead. We don't know absolutely nothing. But what I ask y'all is for y'all to get y'all soul and y'all hearts right with the Lord before it's too late. I'm not going to force you to get saved. All I'm here to tell you what you need to do to get saved and where you're going to go. But it's simply up to you. I'm like the Lord. I'm going to talk like the Lord will talk. I can't make you. All I can do is tell you. I can't force you. All I can do is give you advice. Now, God tells us, I'm not going to force myself upon you. He died on the cross for us. He sent the Holy Spirit back as a comforter for us. He's there for us every time we need. Anytime we need, he say, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. He tells us to take his yoke upon us. He tells us we can do all things through him. He tells us when we burden to come to him. So there's no excuse, y'all. There's absolutely no excuse why we can't go to him. So, as I close my message, like I said, get your heart in order, get your life in order. If you ain't saved, you don't want to be saved today, that's solely up to you. But get in your room, get your time whenever you feel the need. Get up and whatever you need to, call a pastor, call whoever you need to when it's time for you to get saved. But time is limited, y'all. It's limited. A lot of people gonna sit up here and preach about heaven and hell, which I'm not one to sit up, oh, you're gonna do this shit. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm going to heaven, and I would love for everybody else to go to heaven. I do not want to see nobody left back. I don't want to be sitting up there on, I guess we're going to be in a limo or however you want to say it, and then I'm looking back and they talking about take me with you and I see fire. I don't want to see it, y'all. I ain't even looking back. You think I'm finna turn to a pillar of salt? Eyes front. That's what I'm, eyes front, mister. That's what I'm going to do, my eyes front, because I'm going with my Lord. So, yes, that's it. So, as I close this, if anybody want to come up and get prayer, you can come up. If you want to be saved and you don't want to do it in front of everybody, you can pull them to the side later on. If you want to talk about how you need to get to the Roman road of salvation, you can just let me know. But my job here is to let y'all know heaven and hell is real. The enemy is out here to steal, kill, and destroy. And if y'all continue to let him, that's exactly what he's going to do. And one more thing, I need each person up in here to live a life right before their children. Because what happens is our children is watching us, y'all. They watching us. And if we can do it, they can do it. Who are we to sit up there? If my child come and cuss me out knowing I be cussing them out, how can I say something to them and not cuss them out? Who am I? Yeah, you a child, you need to respect me, but if I can do it, why they can't do it? I understand grown people can do a lot of things that children can't, but be an example for your child. Teach your child about heaven, hell. Teach them about the Lord. Teach them about every single thing you can so where they can make a decision on where they go. And they won't sit up there and say, my mama never taught me. I don't know who Jesus is. I don't know what hell is. Oh, how you get there? Teach your children. That's it, child.